So I had a simple child support modification case before this judge in Lake County, Florida. And I repeat, a simple child support modification case. So I filed a motion or a petition to take my daughter, who had just turned 19, off child support. However, my ex-wife, who doesn't want to work, who doesn't like to work, just realized that a source of income will be cut off. So she opposed it. She hired this dirty lawyer, and to make a long story short, the case went to trial. What I didn't know at the time was that the trial was fixed. The outcome of the trial was predetermined. So my ex-wife, her lawyers, and some of the people, and the judge had private conversation about the case outside of the courtroom. And I had no idea about this. I didn't know anything about this. And those conversations were never challenged inside of a courtroom. I'm telling you, I've never seen my ex-wife this confident. She lied with impunity on the stand because she knew she had the support of the judge. Her lawyer engaged in obvious lies. He engaged in gimmicks. He engaged in deception and character assassination. He even insinuated that I ran a fake company. He insinuated that I was a recipient of PPP loan from the government, which I wasn't. He even questioned my taxes. I went through 3 depositions, and all of these issues were settled during the deposition. So why do you bring these issues back inside of the courtroom? They were already settled during deposition. The only reason was he wanted to mislead the judge. And obviously, the trial was a circus. The trial was ridden with errors. 4 critical errors. Number 1, the judge denied me the opportunity to challenge my ex-wife's claim that I did not honor my time-sharing obligation. Number 2, my ex-wife and a lawyer fabricated a document. They manufactured evidence and filed it with the court. That's a crime. Number 3, the judge reinstated child support for my younger daughter, who had, by this time, already graduated from college. He ordered me to pay 9 additional months of child support at twice the rate I was paying during the previous 7 years. Incredible. Number 4, listen to this. It gets even worse. My ex-wife lawyer advised her to quit her job and apply for Social Security disability benefit. By doing so, obviously she will not have a job, and I'll be paying child support at an even higher rate. That's a crime. But listen to this. Listen to this. Her own physician clinical findings, her own doctor's clinical findings show that she's not disabled. It gets even worse. By the time of the trial, Social Security had rejected her application. And guess what? The judge knew about it. The judge was aware that Social Security had rejected her application. But he allowed her claim of disability. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. So, at the conclusion of the trial, the judge ordered me to pay my ex-wife's lawyer's fee, which amounted to $73,000, plus an additional 4.25% interest every year for 5 years. Listen to this. So I'm paying a lawyer's fee, $73,000. So I'm paying 9 months of extra child support for my younger daughter, who had already graduated from college, at twice the rate I used to pay for the previous 7 years. Incredible. And it's not over. Remember the fake document they manufactured and introduced to the court, which was a crime? The judge ordered me to pay retroactive child support payment, to make retroactive child support payment according to that fake document from 2013 to 2021. So if you put all this together, I don't even know how much I'm paying, probably around $200,000. This is despite the fact that 7 years ago, when the divorce was final, I gave my ex-wife half of my retirement savings. And this is despite the fact that for 13 years we lived together, she refused to work for 10 of those years. She refused to go to work for 10 years. And I pay 7 years of alimony. I pay 7 years of child support for my 2 kids. Incredible. Unbelievable. This is the reason why there's nothing worse than a corrupt judge. There's nothing worse than a corrupt judge. So one thing I forgot to mention is, while I was making alimony payment, while I was making child support payment, I was also paying college tuition and fees for my older daughter. I was paying for her books. I was giving her allowance, $400 a month. So the question is, what was my ex-wife doing the money I was paying her? I was okay with all that. I didn't question anything. But what the judge is doing is wrong. The judge is, in essence, ordering me to fund a fake self-imposed retirement because my ex-wife doesn't want to work. I have to fund a retirement. That's exactly what the judge is doing. I'm telling you, there's nothing worse than a corrupt judge. The judge's ruling in this case was obviously wrong. The judge cannot rule on a case based on conversations he had with the other party outside of a courtroom, conversations that were never challenged inside of a courtroom. The judge cannot do that. The judge can only rule on a case based on the facts, based on the law. That's not what the judge did in this case. They didn't have any factual evidence. I had all the factual evidence. I had 81 exhibits. The judge dismissed my exhibit at the request of my ex-wife's lawyer. He dismissed all my evidence. Why? This is abuse of power by a judge. This is white privilege on full display in a Florida courtroom. This is corruption. That's why the Justice Department need to look into this case. That's why the Judicial Qualification Commission in Florida need to look into this case. That's why the Florida Bar needs to look into this case. This is abuse of power by the judge. The notion, the very notion of equal justice for all doesn't exist. It's just a myth. And this is happening. This is taking place in the land of the free and the home of the brave. What a contradiction. What a contradiction.